Okay, so I pulled up my design, and now I'm going to show you how I use it to embroider. And actually, this design that I did is for towels, and it's just to keep it simple for you so that you can understand what I mean. So I hook up insert my hoop, and I'm going to do the very first part, which is going to show me where my word is going to go. And I bring my presser foot down, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but I do not have the thread in the needle. Let's see if you can see it. There is no thread in that needle. So it is not going to like that, and it's actually going to prompt me to thread the machine, but I kind of just bypass that. So we'll hit go. Maybe it doesn't care. Okay, so it is showing, if you can see those little tiny dots, that is where my word goes. And then that is my center line. And, you know, I can do the whole thing by going by these little guidelines up here, but for me this is easier since I like to put as many things as I can fit in one hoop and kind of embroider everything at the same time, because I just like to keep it quick and simple. So I'm going to show you how I now position my towel and how we do the next step. Okay, so this is the little towel I'm going to embroider. This is going to be for my daughter when she needs to wash her face and whatnot. And it was from a bigger towel that I love the design on it, and I said these will be perfect little face towels when they come out of the shower or when they need to wash their face in the morning. So I actually want to put her name down this part right here because it's one of the lightest section. When you have a pattern like this, it's kind of difficult to find a thread that stands out, and trying to put it either here or in this darker corner here, it won't, you can't see it. Or two, if I was planning to put this on a corner, what I do, we fold it in half, and that shows our middle of whether it was our blanket, our towel, or whatever it is that you want. And then based on here on this corner, if you want it down here, if you want it more up in the top, if you want it in the middle, you can always fold that another half. Or if you know, just kind of wanted it there, you fold it there and you use your guidelines. So this is what, I guess you can see the light shining through it, but these are the little holes that are showing you this is the middle of our word, our name, and then this is the bottom. And you line that up with that, and you'll get it right where you want it. So putting this down, you can see my little dots. I get my towel. Again, it's folded halfway to show the middle of either my towel or my blanket. And then I want the name, let's say right here in this part of my towel, so that when I open it, the name's going to be right there. So I'm going to fold that right there. Make sure I line up this with that. Let's go right there. And then you're going to place this here, right in that corner. See if you can see it. So I'm going to place my towel right there in the corner. And it's going to be in the corner. So there's my line, my center line, and here's my bottom line. And of course I'm going to spray this, but since I'm not putting it here, I'm just giving you an example. So then I will lay this straight out that way, and then I will lay this that way. And it's going to be perfectly centered and right in the place that you want it. If you look at it here, see, that is where your name's going to end. So now with my daughter's towel, I'm going to do this differently because I want it here at this end so that you can see it. So I have my basting spray, which I kind of like this one because the nozzle is it sprays more evenly than the other one, another one that I have. So that is my quilt basting spray, and I kind of just spray a little. And I'm gonna put it on my dot in on this little corner right here. So I'm just gonna line it right there because it doesn't really matter. I just want to make sure that it's not going to be in a section that's going to be too dark where you can't see it. So it's going to embroider right up there. Let me see where I want it. Maybe a little bit lower. Right there. Okay, so I am going to show you how that stitches out, and then we're gonna move to the bottom where we're gonna do my towel. And again, this is how I do the blankets for church. I kind of just fold it, do my little corner, get one towel there, one blanket up there, and then the other blanket down here. So I threaded my needle. I put in my stabilizer. This is a lot of scrap stabilizer that I have, and this I picked the thick one because I didn't do a knockout stitch for the towel, because I was still debating whether I was going to put it on the towel or I was going to show you guys how to put it on the blanket. But they're both, you know, the same thing, the same concept. So I'm gonna do it on my towel. And in the design you saw that I had a basting stitch, and I usually use that just to hold my stabilizer down, because I have had occasions when I've walked away and my stabilizer got all tangled, my needle broke, and my design got all crooked. I have a tendency of leaving my embroidery machine and just kind of letting it do its thing and not checking it, which I know it's wrong, but I cannot sit here while it's stitching. Sometimes I can, and most times I can't. So I put down my stabilizer, and now I'm going to start stitching, and it's going to do my basting box, which is going to hold my stabilizer down. I don't like to use the spray adhesive for my stabilizer because I think it just makes my needle sticky. Okay, there is my stabilizing box, and I am going to do now my daughter's name. See if I can move it so you can see that a little bit better. Okay, press go. And of course, always make sure that there's nothing underneath, no part of your towel, your blanket underneath your hoop, because it is going to get stitched. Okay, so now that is done. Let me see if you can see that. Now I'm going to go to the next step, and then this is going to be my name. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the thread from my needle, and I am going to bring down my foot, and I'm going to let it stitch out my outline, my alignment. Sometimes if the material is too bulky, I will move the hoop or the design in the hoop up for one, and then I'll go back and then I'll move it back down for the other. Okay, so my little holes are there for my next design. Okay, so then there is my daughter's name, and now I'm gonna grab my towel and I'm gonna end up doing mine now. So what I do, you know what, let me cut this off. I was just gonna overlap it, but let me put the stabilizer. Come on. Nope. There we go. Okay, I'll use that for that one. And I do, I'll tape it out of the way if it's something like this that I can't just push back. Masking tape or painter's tape, whatever you want to use. It's fabric, so it's not like it's going to stick there real well. Okay, just get it out of the way. And then here is my dotted line, and I'm going to get my towel. Now this one, I do want it in the corner. So I'm going to fold it in half. See what part of the corner, because it has something else going on here. Okay, let's just fold it in half and see. And then I'm going to get my basting spray. And I have a box that I usually put it in, but I don't feel like getting it. Alright, we're gonna, I don't know, it's not gonna look good in the corner because of this little design, but I guess it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna, just for my bathroom. Nothing fancy about my bathroom. Okay. So I did my fold. It's gonna end up stitching here, which is fine. And I'm gonna put my corner right at the corner of my alignment lines. I'm gonna open this up nice and straight, and then I'm going to spread that apart and open. Okay, so my towel is right where it needs to be, so I can get my name right there. All right, and let's go to our machine. Okay, so I threaded my needle, I put my stabilizer down. I did end up messing up my design in where I put my basting stitch at the end and not before my name. So all I gotta do is just kind of change that. So I'm gonna jump to that one. And this is gonna do my box. I'm going to bring this down, make sure that our other towel, blanket, whatever you may have that you're doing is out of the way. Let me move this over a little bit more to make sure that it does grab it. Okay, and make sure that you don't have anything underneath because that is going to get stitched and it's not a good thing. So let's do our basting box. Now, because the machine thinks this is our last design, we're going to have to change colors or move all the colors forward. There's a little fuzz. Okay. All right. Okay, and then there's my name. Go right there, and I picked red, so that is good. And we're going to start stitching. razor presser foot and unhook this. And then we actually have both towels on here. So you can see there's mine and then there's my daughter's. I'm going to clean this all up. Okay, so now we're going to remove the jump stitch and also back here cut out all our basting stitches. I love these. These are my favorite when it comes to getting really close to that at the end of the thread. The only problem is that while cutting around one of my projects, I didn't realize there was a pin there, and I was trying so hard to keep cutting it with these that I actually damaged them. So they're not as sharp as they used to be at the tip, and sometimes I have to keep attempting to cut it, but they are the best. Seriously, the best scissors for getting all these little jump stitches. Now this is a water soluble, so anything that stays behind that doesn't want to rip off, it's just going to get washed off. And it's just difficult because it's thicker, and I just wanted to use the scraps that I have, since I didn't do a knockdown stitch for these. Okay, then there is my daughters. Yeah. And this stabilizer is also water soluble. So take, like, where'd that come from? And there's your back, and this is all gonna, you know, come off as you start washing it. Oops. And there's your front. Give her that for let's cut it. There we go. It's perfect. Right where I wanted it, because I was able to align it with my lines. the corner of my towel. Let's see. And of course, this is all going to get washed. Still bothers me. And look, it is in the perfect spot, right where I need it.